whenever, I don't know.
So let's get to this text, man. There's a beef that is brewing. Pastor Adrien Moore has called out the silverback. He doesn't seem to be ready to go at you. This looks like a Floyd Mayweather, and you're Floyd right now, Will.
Yes.
A Floyd Mayweather versus McGregor, but you can throw more than punches. And it looks like McGregor will win this fight right now. You don't want anything to do with it. I think you're avoiding it on purpose.
No, I'm not avoiding it. I like build-up.
I think you're nervous.
No, I like build-up.
I think you're nervous.
No, I'm thinking of...
He's teasing it. Listen, I think you have a silverback, but a yellow belly.
No, not a yellow belly. Listen, you know what the problem is? I want to make sure my emotions are in check. Because sometimes if my emotions take over, and I
like to be out of control. I will always be the dissenting opinion.
Okay, all right. So fine. You want to do it? You want it right now? Is this what you want? Is this what you want? All right. So we'll talk about it then. This is what happened, right?
I'm curious.
I was doing my prep work for the show. Dylan Ruth is found guilty. Right? As if, and you know what really made me upset? Not that he was found guilty, but I wasn't sure he was going to be found guilty until it really happened.
Sure.
I didn't believe it until it really happened. Then we had a video of Michael Slager shooting Walter Scott as he's running away. 8 times in his back. And he's not convicted. Fine. I'm feeling a little nervous, feeling a little nervous, feeling a little emotional. But I'm like, all right, cool. Then the woman comes out, and then a friend of mine, right, shares this meme on Facebook. Share and like if you think Melania Trump is going to bring class back to the White House. My God. I had to really pray. I'm talking about literally pray. I literally got on my knees on the cement floor to keep myself from cussing this woman out. And she's a good friend. She's a good friend. And you know what happened when I said, what does that mean? When Melania Trump was the one that took naked photos, she said,
they were classy though. They were classy.
Right, not only that.
I checked them out.
Not only I checked them out too. She said, hey, listen, you gotta do your homework. Did you do your homework?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so let me get to it because I want to get to past ages.
I didn't check them out.
Alright, I looked to see what they were. So we got to the
that's his wife.
Right, that's his wife, right? And you know what she said? This woman who's a friend of mine said, First Lady, she said, you've never did anything that you regret? Those pictures were taken a long time ago, and that was art. So I lovingly and calmly replied, I don't recall her ever apologizing for it.
Yeah.
I just hear you apologizing for her for it. Yeah. But that's not the reason why I'm upset. My upset is not because you put a picture of a white woman wearing a white dress at a white table with a white fork in a white bowl eating white rice, or on a meme talking about bringing class back as if something all white equals class. But what exactly did Michelle Obama, who has an education, who's never been in trouble or in the news for anything bad, who's actually tried to help students in school eat healthier, get out, move your body, dance and everything, where did she become classless at? So I challenge, that's the challenge that I brought.
I guess he looks like an 8.
Because she looks like an 8. That's how I found out. The lady in Virginia, she schooled me on it. She said she had a public job.
Have you ever seen a classy 8?
No.
Would you ever classify an 8 as classy? Like you would go to the zoo and be like, look at that 8.
Right.
It's not classy.
No, never. No. So I call myself the silverback. I don't. Anyway, so she said
you went from ashy. Well, you still ashy. I was going to say
I'm very ashy today, but it's too cold for lotion. All right, let me stay on track. Okay, stay on track. So she said she looks like an 8 in heels, right? Ooh. And then the mayor of that city liked it and said thank you for making my day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that makes me feel like as a black person? That you have not only white people, but white people in authoritative positions.
Yes.
Calling a black person an 8.
Yes.
With no good reason.
Yes.
With no excuse for a reason.
Yes.
So I take that on, and I'm like, you know what? Don't let it get you. Not all people like that. Then this guy in Florida, he says to his students, you know, when Trump becomes president, all y'all are going back to Africa, right? That didn't even make me upset. What made me upset was when they said he's not going to lose his job. He came out during a press conference and said, people make judgments on other people without knowing them. My God. I lost it. I said, you know what? I have to vent. What better way to vent than on the 9 a.m. Rise Radio show?
Okay, yes.
Got one? And I said, you know what?
Excellent valve to open.
Right, because the school board, when they said this guy's not going to lose his job, they said, the guy said, I believe in second chances. I believe in forgiveness. And I said, if this is the definition of forgiveness, then F forgiveness.
Ooh.
And I stand by that
Ooh.
still. So then Pastor Adrien, he said,
rightly so.
He said, bro, listen, holla. He said, bro, listen, take a break from picking your cotton. I'm going to be over there in a minute with a noose if you're going to keep some shuckings and jivings.
It has nothing to do with race.
So Pastor Adrien, you disagree, or you took issue with what the brother had said. I want to hear what you think about it.
It's about forgiveness, because when we're forgiven, it's a big thing. Like, Jesus died for forgiveness for our sins, and he said, unless you forgive others, then you won't be forgiven.
I hear you. I hear you. But has it ever happened to you that you be at a point that you feel like that? Like F forgiveness? Sometimes Lord will tell me to go forgive somebody, but I don't want to do it. I want to be in my feelings. I want to be angry about it. And I'll argue with God. I'll wrestle with him. I know I should forgive, but I don't want to. So I'll be feeling like that sometimes.
I think there's a time where you do feel like that, but then you have to move past that. You have to move past your feelings, because of what you believe. Because you believe in Jesus.
Will, got you, man.
That is the absolute most ridiculous thing I've heard you say today when you say that he got me. Here's the thing, right?
I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about forgiveness.
I'm not talking about race either. I'm talking about forgiveness as well.
But what I did say to you further on in the conversation is forgiveness.
He knows he's in trouble. So he's going to I didn't say that. Okay, go ahead.
No, I know you're going to try to make an argument against what I'm going to say.
Okay, no, go ahead.
But forgiveness, just because you forgave someone, doesn't mean it excuses the consequences.
Bingo.
So Jesus on the cross, he looked next to him and saw, and the guy asked for forgiveness. Jesus forgave him, and he said, "Today you will be with me in paradise." Right. He still died.
Yep, he still died.
He
still suffered that punishment. Absolutely. So here's what I meant by, if this is the kind of if this is what is forgiveness, then F forgiveness is because that man still did take his punishment for whatever crime he committed that got him on that cross. He didn't just get off of that cross and was like, "Oh, thanks, Jesus." All right, and magic.
You're crying for justice.
See, he's something else.
Yeah. So forgiveness isn't the issue. You had an issue with the justice that wasn't taken.
That wasn't served. It's twofold. Number one, these people, in both cases, neither one of them said, "Oh, I'm sorry for what happened."
So let me ask you a question there. Now, do you carry the title of Reverend or Pastor Will? You carry the title?
You can just call me Brother Will.
I've already coined that. I'm working on a copyright of that, the Brother Ron stuff. Like, no one else is going to be able to use brother after. Like, but no one's ever done that. There was Brother Lawrence, no other brothers, but I'm working on copyrighting the brother thing.
Okay.
So you can't ever use that anymore. I'm working on that. It's in the works right now. Okay?
Then just call me.
You don't want to ever call somebody like, "Hey, Brother Adrien." Like, when they do that, I will get royalty. I'll get paid for that. I'm working on that right now.
10 cents on the dollar?
Right now. No, man, I'm arguing for 25.
Okay, 25. Okay, hey.
Whoa.
Just call me Will.
But so justice, is vengeance the Lord's or is vengeance the man's? And so if vengeance is the Lord's, is that guy still dealing with the very fact that he has to carry that he took a life unjustly? Is he still sitting with that?
You're talking about Dylan Roof.
I'm talking about the guy who got off for shooting homeboy in the back 8 times when he running away.
Oh, I wasn't talking about him.
Oh, well, you mad about who?
I'm mad about the person who told these children that they're going to be going back to Africa. I'm mad about the woman who said Michelle Obama looks like an ape in heels.
Okay, so listen,
let
me just address that real quick, too. I know you guys got your beef you want to talk about, but listen, if we could just address that real quick.
Yep.
I think sometimes as black folks, we get upset.
Yep.
Right? We get mad. Right? And so when we get mad, we can't look at things clearly, right? There's filters, and so through our filter, we can't look at things clearly.
Yep.
We can't look at reality clearly.
Right.
And so sometimes if you look at reality clearly, no bad, but sometimes people look like freaking gorillas. Like Patrick Ewing, like I ain't racist, but Patrick Ewing looks like a gorilla. He looks like there was like he's an argument for evolution. Like if you look at him, like you would say, possibly, right? He looks like you look. So there are certain aspects of Michelle Obama look like an ape. Am I wrong for saying that?
There's certain aspects about Melania that looks like a slut. Should I say she's a prostitute? Would that be appropriate?
I mean, you can say that she's, if that's what you feel. I'm just saying, like,
okay, but would it be appropriate? Was the question, dude?
Appropriate if that's how you feel.
So yes, it would be appropriate. I just want to answer.
Appropriate is determined by what you have deemed.
Oh, okay.
It's not, all right, good. It's not based on what other people may think you're going to say.
So I don't think calling Michelle Obama an ape in heels when you are a racist white person in a racist white town being thanked by the mayor is appropriate. I don't think it's appropriate for a mayor to agree with anything like that, especially when you yourself are in politics. I think there's a certain level of respect.
So you want your politicians to be fake.
There's a certain level of respect that the president,
level of thickness that you'll accept in your politics.
A certain level of respect that all presidents have. Listen, I thought.
A certain level of
He's
dealt with it for years. Oh, come on. A certain level of inauthenticity is what you like to deal with.
No, respect is not inauthenticity.
Okay.
Some things are not needed to be said. Saying that I hope that ape on heels is not needed to be said. That's not being fake because you don't call her an ape on heels. That's not being insulting. So I don't like. I wouldn't appreciate if someone just came in here and called me fat. If someone said, "Oh, well, you are," but you are fine. But that doesn't mean it's appropriate to just come in and start talking about people and their insecurities. So the point of the matter is that this woman, she decided to call the First Lady of the United States. I've met Nancy Reagan before.
You did?
And she came to Canterbury.
You met Mrs. Just Say No?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And I was afraid for my life because I thought she looked like the Crypt Keeper.
Really?
Look at the Crypt Keeper in his eyes.
Now listen, I'm offended.
That's fine.
I'm offended.
Right. That's it. She's the first lady of the United States.
I don't see color. We're one race. And the same thing that they said. The same thing that they said about what's not been. You said like the Crypt Keeper?
Yes.
You said black people look like Crypt Keeper, like death? That's what you said.
Google the Crypt Keeper. Google a picture of Nancy Reagan and put them next to each other.
You're better than
I'm talking about the laugh and everything, the smile and everything, right? But it's not I've never said that, especially in a public place or especially
in a public place right now.
I did. I did because I'm making an example. There's a difference. There's a point to it. As it's disrespectful to do that, and that's why she shouldn't have did it for the First Lady. And I do believe if it was a white woman in the president, she wouldn't have said that.
Is there some stuff about Michelle looks like an ape a little bit?
Straight
up a little bit. Pull up the picture side by side. Just look at it and be honest.
Don't
be mad. Don't be mad, dude. Be objective. I'm being objective. And look at it and be like, I can see a little bit of apish.
A little bit of apish on Michelle Obama.
Would you say?
We're gonna look it up right now. All right, I'm bringing it up.
I'm not in this conversation right now.
Why don't you want to be in
this conversation?
I'm into it.
He apparently is. He's apparently.
I don't want to offend anybody. You know.
Okay.
Bill's right here.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
I mean, you're not easily offended.
No.
I know you for a long time.
I'm not easily offended. What the hell?
You have a whole radio show about you being offended.
He has a point.
Ooh, what's that?
What is the cameraman do the camera stuff?
No, there's another mic right here.
Okay, so I'm looking at these images of Michelle Obama. I do not see it. Whoa. Okay, I see no resemblance of anything even ugly. And then this picture came up. Now that's a bad picture.
It's a bad photo.
That's a bad photo.
We all take them.
Right, we all take them.
Yeah.
Yep, we do.
That's what I had when I was like 18. I looked like a child molester.
Okay.
I had a mustache. I had pimples.
Yeah.
On my top. I used to button up my button ups all the way to the top, even when I wasn't wearing a tie.
Yeah.
Just really weird. And I used to wear the cowboy ties. You know what the cowboy ties?
Right.
I thought that was cool. I had that on. I just in the way the picture came out.
But that's not the question. The question was, does she look like an ape? Not if you look over.
I didn't say she looked like an ape. She had some apish quality.
Okay, does she have an apish quality? So if I look over 90% of those, except for that one, if I look at 90% of the pictures, I say absolutely not. As a matter of fact,
when you saw that one, what did you think immediately?
I said that's a very terrible picture. And
I'm
talking about her hair's not dyed.
A little bit like a what?
She looks very ugly in that picture.
Apish? What you say?
No, I wouldn't say
Actually
apish.
not.
Absolutely not.
Would you say apish?
No, picture.
I would not say apish.
Ape-like?
No. First off,
ape-like quality.
First off, apes are not tall or thin. They are sort of rounded, big, wide shoulders.
Just her face.
So now you're trying to find. Look at her toe. Does her toe
just
look like an ape's toe at all? Look at the creases in her finger. No, she doesn't look like an ape, sir. I'm sorry. She does not look like an ape.
Raising up all her hair?
No, she doesn't look like an ape.
Picking more than her hair share?
No, she doesn't look like an ape to me. Not at all. And even if she did, there is a certain level of respect that the First Lady of the United States should get, but she doesn't get. You know why? Because she is black. They talk about bringing Melania Trump back to the White House, bringing class back to the White House. I'll show you that picture too.
Yeah, but I want to get back to this. The wheel's deflected. Dr. Adrien called you out on forgiveness.
Okay.
He said you can't drop.
I addressed that. I thought I addressed that.
You can't drop the F forgiveness.
Yes, I can.
Because
no, you can't.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, like I said, it depends on what your definition. It depends on.
No, there's only one definition of forgiveness.
There's apparently not.
Your definition of forgiveness.
The definition of forgiveness is you did something, there was a consequence, and I don't hold it against you, or I'm not going to carry it anymore.
There doesn't have to be a consequence.
Woo! Tell it, Pastor.
Okay, and how there doesn't have to be a consequence in any case?
There doesn't have to be a consequence for there to be forgiveness.
If there didn't have to be a consequence,
otherwise it would be easy to forgive. Otherwise, it would be easy to forgive.
Okay, we can scream over each other, or you can answer the question. What did Jesus die for?
Our sins.
To be what?
To be forgiven.
Why did he do that if they didn't have to? If it wasn't necessary for them to be forgiven? If that's not what sins are for.
He did it anyways.
Oh, he did it anyways. So he just said, no rhyme or reason. I'm just going to do this.
No, regardless, if there's people out there sinning right now that aren't accepting his forgiveness.
Right, I'm sinning right now. I'm looking at the Melania Trump photos. I'm sinning right this minute.
So
not.
So using your logic, people who get arrested should not go to jail. They should just be
No.
Okay.
Ooh.
We're not.
I'm looking.
We're not thinking of it.
We're not thinking. Right, we're not thinking about it. See, when it's a white person, right, we're not thinking about it. When it's white, we can't think about it. When
it's nothing to do with color.
But it always has nothing to do. It always happens. It just that always happens to be a coincidence, though. But go ahead, carry on.
Give a white man an injustice, and it's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Can you give me an example of a white man injustice right now, Pastor Adrien?
Right now.
See, I can give you a lot about a black person.
Huh?
I can give you a lot about a white person.
I know you can.
Any about a white person? That guy on Netflix, that was a good series. You guys watch that? Making of a Murderer?
Yeah, but yes, I did.
Set that man up.
I did.
That was crazy.
That's very, very divisive, and how this crappy justice system can work. And
they did it to a retard. That was the problem.
He did it to a white man.
But he was retarded. He was retarded.
The first person
was lower.
Well, the 16-year-old was a retard.
No, but the old man.
The old man was a retard too.
Yeah, they said he was a retard.
They said
it was on Netflix. Yeah, watch it. Making of a Murderer. It's crazy.
I've seen that.
Yeah, they set him up, man.
I know what you're saying.
I'm not trying to be rude.
I thought you were talking about the 16-year-old, not the.
That was how they got him off. But they said that he physically wasn't intelligent enough to be able to plan something out like this.
Yep.
Okay.
That was the defense. Set him up.
Okay. So, anyways, so we don't go too far.
You have to forgive, man. I think you have to forgive. I think you need to come out of your feelings. I think you need Jesus to run through your veins. I think we need to pray for you. Maybe
I always need Jesus to run through my veins. I do not deny that. However,
forgiveness, bro? You said you spewed that rhetoric out of your mouth? Into the microphone, out to the masses?
Yeah, I did.
You must have lost your monkey mind.
No, I don't think I did at all. My statement was, and you have to hear the whole entire statement. Forgiveness, if the definition of forgiveness is a person can say something to get them fired, and then not even apologize, and then get their job back.
Would you say that forgiveness requires grace?
Yes, forgiveness requires grace.
What's grace?
Grace is to have the authority to give something to someone
that you don't deserve.
No, you can.
Grace is getting something you don't deserve.
Okay, all right. Since you told me the definition.
Yeah, you look like you're struggling.
No, I wasn't. I answered the question.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so what's grace again?
Grace is giving someone something that they don't deserve, per the dictionary of Brother Ron.
So if you agree, do you agree with that definition?
That is one of the definitions. Yes.
Okay, what's another? Well, what's God's grace?
God's grace is definitely fits God's grace.
Okay, so that's the definition of grace. Then.
Okay.
He's the Alpha and Omega, right?
I think that if this guy, according to you, we all should suffer our punishment, even though we're forgiven.
Again,
we should just. That's what you're saying, right? We should suffer the consequence that's given to us, even though we're forgiven.
I think that there are consequences given to us, earthly consequences, when we do things wrong.
But then there's not.
Forgiveness, the definition of forgiveness, its most succinct definition, is the pardoning of an offense.
Okay, the pardoning of an offense. So Pastor Adrien, if you were to have, let's say, an affair with another woman, even though you're married, and you had to step down as a preacher, should you not step down because you should be giving grace? Should you just keep preaching after you did your infidelity, even if you didn't apologize for it?
You can't answer that question because that's a subjective question.
But it's a subject. It can be suggested as you want. It's a reality question because there are pastors who have done it.
Sure.
Okay.
And it's subjective.
Can I get an answer, please?
I
don't need to. I just want the answer.
First of all,
I appreciate the answer. That's all I'd like is the answer.
I gave you the answer.
You didn't give me the answer. You said subjective and subjective. I just want the answer.
It is.
Should he be given grace and not step down as the pastor?
Potentially on what God's doing at that moment.
Okay, that's insane. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
What?
That's absolutely insane.
King David saw to his wife in the bathtub, and he killed her, put her on the front line, killed him so he could bang his wife, and then had to get hit with her. And God said, "Listen, you're a man of my own heart."
Right.
Like, yo,
you're losing your son.
Yeah.
You're losing your son. There was a consequence.
Like,
there's a consequence.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not skipping over the consequence.
Okay, so like I said, there's supposed to be a consequence.
We're just saying that there doesn't have to be that.
A punitive measure, man. There doesn't have to be a punitive
forgiveness is separated from that. Like, he was forgiven before that happened. That was a result of his sin.
David was forgiven before it happened, right? I got you. But that was a result of his sin. He still had to pay a consequence.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay. So all I'm asking you is, in all those cases, what you're saying is that those white folks are not paying a consequence.
Right.
What does the consequence look like to you?
The consequence looks like is that, especially if you are in a position of being a public servant, you should not be a public servant anymore.
Cool.
I didn't say kill him. Cool. I didn't say go to hell for the rest of your life. I said you shouldn't be a public servant.
So what consequences is that lady gonna face when it comes to her trying to make deals? When it comes to her just showing up somewhere? There's consequence. She might have got off on a trial. Fam. But as far as dealing with a consequence, she's dealing with consequences of her actions and what she said. The very fact that we're talking about this lady is a consequence of what she did. Everyone knows who the heck she is now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Those are consequences. People looking at her when she goes around somewhere. It may even, I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying go out and do this. But the very fact that like people of color may lash out, might do some stuff to her. These are potential consequences that she's going to have to deal with.
But we're not talking about make-believe.
I'm not talking about make-believe. These are real life consequences. What you're saying is that unless it's the consequence the consequence that I want as William McNeil, then I'm not satisfied. And so you're saying, listen, it has to look like the consequence that I want. And if that doesn't happen, then there wasn't a consequence. That's what you're saying, Pam. There's still consequences that people have to deal with when you deal with your actions.
Right.
Did David step down as king?
No.
No.
He did not.
No, he did not.
He lost
God continued to use it. So that was the consequence.
Right. So what was the consequence? What was her consequence again? Not to make me so. No. What was the woman's consequence? We talked about it. Okay. You tell me. You have no idea what her consequence. Does she have children? I have no idea. I imagine she does. And if she does, what are her children dealing with when they go to school each day? They probably got an escort when they go in there now. Because if I seen them, I might want to smack the fire out of them. Okay, but because your mom said some crazy stuff. Right. Speaking of that, lady at the daycare. This guy's why do we disconnect? Okay. But she said to me the other day, Will, it was funny, man. Mm-hmm. She said to me, oh yeah, that's all right. I just want to tell you, have you know what Ann Coulter is? I said, yeah, I know Ann Coulter. She said, I think she's brilliant. She's probably one of the most intelligent. I think she's brilliant. Most intelligent people that I know. Mm-hmm. And she went on to tell me a story about something she said, which wasn't racist, as a matter of fact. It was more about the Catholic Church, but I just thought it was funny that she felt comfortable to say that Ann Coulter was a genius to a black man. So I just thought that was funny. Anyway, back to my point. Okay. There are consequences that this lady's dealing with, but you want them to look a certain way, and if they're not the way you want, then forget it. Absolutely, I want it to look a certain way. All right, then. So that's why you're in your feelings, man. She got to deal with consequences. No. You still haven't. That's not a consequences. You said you might one day possibly in the realm want to slap her kids. You said people are talking about her. I said right now. I want to talk. I want to know what her consequences were. So if she, what are the consequences for what she did? I'm saying, hold on, fam. Get out your feelings for a minute and just think with me. If you not an answer. If you are at school. So another example. Hypothetical. Now being real. Because we're dealing with real situations. So I want to real situations. This is real. But you keep going to make believe. This is real. All right. Wait. Sorry. Okay. Let me get out my feelings. I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna put on my imagination helmet like we used to do in elementary school. Oh, don't patronize. Okay, it's good. Okay, go ahead. Tell me. So if you are in school with this lady's children. Yep. You're 13. She got. I don't know if she has a 13 children. But she has a 13 year. He's ugly. He's 13. Ugly. Right. Ugly. Look like an 8. Right. And you see him. He's not African American though. So then you see him. Albino 8. You see. Go ahead. You see. It's albino 8. I hear you. You're right. People don't catch those things. Adrien did. So you go to school. Real talk. No, all joking. Okay. All right. So you see their kid. You know what their mom said. Your Will, 13-year-old Will. Yes. All right. Mm-hmm. How are you treating that kid? How are you and your people treating that? I'm in a class. I'm bullying the heck out of that child. Is that a consequence? Yes, that is a consequence. Facts. So I'm saying there's consequences that she's dealing with. No. She's dealing with an albino son now. You know she has an albino son that's in a classroom that's being bullied by people. She can live in some of these places down south that are completely segregated and racist. Where not only do they not care about what she said. Oh, but it's okay with him, but it's not okay with me. Is it because he's lighter than I am, Adrien? Is it because the darker you get, the more you can't use? I don't know what it's. I think what I'm starting to see here today is a new development. This is something crazy. So things sometimes diseases when they come in, they get to a point where they begin to morph to something else. Remember there was the flu, they had the swine flu. Then it was the bird flu. Yep. And so what I'm starting to see here today is a development that started as light skin rage turning into dark skin rage. It's starting to come out here today. I did not think that this could happen. This gentleman here was once who said that only light skin rage existed, but I'm starting to see some signs of it here. This might be the first case of it. This is amazing. I think we need to do some blood work to really find out if it's happening here today. Okay, so black skin rage. No. See, rage is a real thing. BSL. Light skin rage is a condition where they just get rageful for no reason. DSL. There's a good reason for black people to be rageful. You suffer from DSL? Dark skin. That's the L stands for. DSR. Excuse me. That's DSR. Okay. I did. My internet is my messed it up. DSR. Okay, DSR. I'm answering your question now. Do I suffer from DSR?
One of the first signs.
Absolutely.
One of the first signs is ashy knuckles.
God, I'm guilty. Guilty.
You are so angry. You don't have time to put lotion on. It's one of the symptoms of dark skin rage.
Okay.
That you just don't even put lotion. You get allergic to lotion.
Right. Okay. So I'm allergic to lotion. I'm allergic, and that's a reality. Lotion's not working right now. I didn't put any on, and I possibly suffer from black skin rage.
Dark skin.
Please remind me, because we're naming facts now. Please remind me, what was this woman's consequence?
You just mentioned one of them.
I didn't mention. No, I did not mention one of them.
You mentioned one of the possibilities.
No, possibility. I didn't say possibility. Tell me one of her consequences that she had. Because you know what the consequence was? The consequence was that she got fired.
No, the only way you get her, I'm sure you can, if you, right, listen, 5 o'clock shadow, I dare William McNeil to find a way to get an email or a note to this lady and ask her what consequences she's dealing with as a result.
So in other words, what you're saying is you do not have a consequence that you do not know of it.
Her life has changed.
You do not know of a life change all the time. You do not know of a consequence that she received for making that remark.
Yes, her life is, the very fact that we're talking about her is a consequence.
Okay, that's not a consequence.
What is the definition of a consequence?
He only wants one answer.
That's what I'm saying.
He only wants one answer.
Yes. This woman did one thing, and she should be held responsible for this one thing. So I want one thing to happen. I mean, that's how it works.
But the thing is, it wasn't justly handled.
Right, that's what I want to say. It wasn't justly handled.
According to you. And so,
so you're saying it's justly handled?
No. Yes. Okay. You're saying God's unjust? You're saying God's unjust? Are you saying God's unjust? Are you saying God's unjust? Are you saying God's unjust?
No, I'm not saying God's unjust.
Okay, so then it's handled justly. Because God's sovereign.
Okay.
So it's handled justly.
No.
So God's not just.
God is just.
So it's handled justly.
Okay, so here's the thing, right?
Okay, right?
Pastor Adrien, am I wrong? No, you are wrong. Yes, you are wrong.
And you're so selfish that you want to stay in your feelings so much that you get to the point where you say, F forgiveness. That's crazy.
Yes.
That's diabolical.
If that's what forgiveness is, yes, F that.
But that's not what forgiveness is.
Okay, good. So then we don't have a problem. That's all. We don't have a problem. If that's not what forgiveness is, then we don't have a problem. But if forgiveness is you losing your job and you getting it right back, and you have no clear consequence for your actions. If you commit murder, you either go to jail.
What do you think those interactions are like at work now?
It depends on who she works with. The mayor loved what she said, so I don't think it's that bad. The mayor who gave her kudos for it. So I don't think it's that bad. Like you can.
Did the mayor lose?
No. I'm gonna tell you what your problem is.
Did the mayor lose position? Yeah, the mayor lose position.
The mayor stepped down. But I don't know. Mayor probably got their job back by now. We don't know.
That's hypothetical. But you don't deal those.
I do not deal in those at all.
You're not bringing that up.
Yes, good. So the mayor, right? But the problem is that the mayor didn't get a consequence. The problem is that she didn't get her consequence. Why is it an appropriate consequence for the mayor but not for her? I'll wait.
Because God is just.
Because God is just. That answers the question. So you're saying the mayor deserved to get fired, but the woman didn't because God is just.
Deserves an interesting question.
Oh, okay. Well, you work on that. You figure that out, and you answer my question. Did the mayor deserve to get fired, and the woman didn't?
Yes, because that's what played out.
Okay. All right.
According to God's plan, that's what played out.
All right.
It's not about Will's plan.
Right. It absolutely is not about.
Like he wanted to be.
It's not about my plan.
Sounds like he wanted to be.
Kind of, because if it was my plan, there'd be a lot. There'd be a lot of things different around it, and I'm glad that I do not have that job.
Yeah.
Of being Lord, because I wouldn't be able to handle it.
I know.
I wouldn't be able to do it.
I know.
I'm glad you say
because right now, like my salvation be messed up because he would be saying F forgiveness. He would forgive me and then he'd take it back. So I'm glad.
Yeah. See, so right. So, like I said, if that is what we call forgiveness, and the forgiveness that we as people who are supposed to give, I say F that. I didn't say F God's forgiveness. I'm saying F the forgiveness that we're supposed to give to people.
But that is God's forgiveness.
No, that's not God's forgiveness.
Why?
What about the woman that forgave the person who shot the son, you know, you hear these stories of her.
Let me help you out. The day after the Charleston, South Carolina shootings, the survivors in the church forgave Dylan for what he did.
There you go.
Yep. That's fine. But he still got convicted, and he better get convicted.
Okay. Yeah, that's a consequence.
Nah, I wouldn't say killing.
Consequence.
I wouldn't say killing.
You see, I had this discussion with someone the other day too. They wanted him to stay alive.
Sure.
Like, I want him to live. Like, I don't get that.
What?
Because, so for me being so emotional, I look at it differently.
Yeah, you are emotional.
It's very, I look at it differently in the term, in the sense of...
I wish my nipples were as sensitive as you were.
They weren't? Or
I wish they were as sensitive as you were.
Mine are very sensitive. But I'll brush up on someone. I'm like, wait a minute. I need a minute. No, I can't stand up yet. I need a minute.
This is taking a turn.
Okay. No, so she shouldn't, so when you forgive someone,
Yeah.
You're taking that burden off of yourself.
Sure. But
When someone gets away with something, even sometimes when you forgive them, that burden is still on you.
Sure.
Sometimes it's not.
Sure.
So you have to look at everything on a case-by-case basis. In this particular case,
So you can't forgive that lady.
I could have if she would have lost her job.
So your forgiveness is conditional.
Woo! Oh yeah. My conditions are so
I
much.
appreciate you.
They are definitely conditions.
I appreciate your transparency.
Yeah, listen, if someone kills my kid and they're still out killing people, hey, listen, before you kill that kid, let me tell you something.
No one said it was easy.
I forgive
it
you.
was easy.
Listen, for me, it's impossible.
No. Then you're questioning who God is.
No, I didn't say, I said for me. I didn't say God in me. I said me.
Yeah, but
me alone.
Yeah.
Like me, myself.
Yeah, but
I need the Lord to do that. I have forgiven people for things that I did not want to forgive them for, and it was the Lord that equipped me with the ability to forgive them. So Tupac, and that's my name, Tupac cannot forgive, that's my name, Tupac cannot forgive a lot of people and a lot of things. But me in Christ, I can forgive.
Is Tupac like a Sasha Fierce type thing?
No, I changed my name when I was 17 years old.
That's his government.
Yeah, people don't put respect on my name, man.
Put some respect.
They don't put respect on my name. Listen, I've had people
Listen, not putting respect.
I remember I changed my name and I showed my girlfriend. She said, "Pull up." I don't care what that says. I'm gonna call you Will. Pull up, dude. Mama named me Will. I'm gonna call you Will. I said, these people don't put no respect on my name.
So what's your government?
Tupac William McNeil.
What if there were two circles?
Why don't you use that more often?
I use it for the show.
Oh, you do.
The nine rise.
Yeah.
What is it called?
The 9 Rise Radio Show.
9 a.m. Rise.
9 a.m. Rise Radio Show. Yeah, I did have 5 names, but we stuck with
9 a.m. Rise Radio Show.
Yep, the 9 a.m. Rise Radio Show.
Who wakes up at 9?
Well,
On a weekday.
Yeah, I'm already at work by then.
Yeah, so listen to it in your cubicle. You don't have a cubicle?
No.
Well, they say there's a market, so.
No, I don't have a cubicle.
No.
You might need to wake up at 6.
The problem is that, you know what, honestly, if I didn't have to take kids to school and wives to work and stuff like that, I definitely would wake up at 6.
The struggle's real.
The struggle's real. As a matter of fact, if you want to help me get my show started at 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., someone take my kids to work something out with me, contact me, 508-963-1150.
I would.
We could work that out.
I would, but the way my clock works, when I borrow time from the afternoon to do things, like I can't get time till the morning until about 3 days. So by the time that stuff comes, you know how my time works, my clock works, it won't really line up for me to be able to help you do that.
Wow, you know this whole time I was looking for this picture and I just found it.
Who is that?
Oh my gosh. First it's Ben Carson. So this is a very conservative group, right?
Put some respect on his name.
Man, shit.
Put some respect on Ben Carson.
We're gonna talk about something serious right now too, right? Because I already won that one. That's done. I won that.
Okay.
So it's
I have a question.
Yes, William. What is your question? You're gonna have to come to the mic and speak into the mic if you have a question. Come on.
Who is it to? All of us?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So in that last argument,
Mm-hmm.
all you guys were talking about forgiveness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think was like the right person when it comes to forgiveness? Like, who do you think gave the best definition of forgiveness during that whole thing?
I appreciate you asking the question, but it's a no-brainer. I did, so I don't know why we're even going to debate that.
Well,
moving on with the clearest.
Yes, Ron gave the clearest one. When I gave mine, he said, "I'm trying to help you because it seems like you're drowning out there." So, I would concede that probably Ron gave the best definition of.
He did.
Hey, I'm not hating. I'm just wow. Why gotta be hating? So, anyways, right? Let's get back to this, right?
Because that's what we say, man. That's just like
since we're talking about sovereignty, and we talk about Jesus, and we talk about accuracy, and we talk about how things should be. First, I present to you
Anna Kendrick,
the Melania Trump photo that was very offensive to my sensitive eyes.